You got to put it together right now for Robert Haas. Let me hear it, please.
It's great to be here. Thank you so much for letting me participate. For those of you who don't know, I'm not a professional comedian. I'm actually a rabbi, which is like a minister with an attitude. And I'm here because I go all around preaching against hate. I think hate is the worst thing you can imagine. For instance, I don't want you hating me because I'm a Democrat or because I'm a Republican. We've had all these issues that makes me feel nauseated. I want you instead to get to know me for who I am. And then I want you to hate me. God bless America. You can hate me, for who I am inside, because you're jealous of how tall I am. You're jealous of this bod of mine. Yes, I know it's amazing. That's why I want you to hate me. I hate people who hate, like racism. It's the worst thing. How can you hate everyone from a race? My wife says sometimes it's understandable. I say, no, it's never. She said, what about our dog? I have a racist dog. Hates people of color. I don't know why. I keep trying to train her out of it. My wife says, no. I was like, honey, we got to do this. She's like, Robert, our dog is 14 years old. That's 98 years in human years. She's from a different generation. I'm like, no, it doesn't matter. You gotta teach them. For instance, a lot of people look at me and say, hey, you're Jewish, which I am because I'm awesome, as you all know that. And they say, hey, Jews can't play sports. That is what I call anti-Semitic, anti-Jewish. Have you ever heard that? Just the other day I said I was gonna volunteer at a sports camp, and this guy was like, oh, Jews don't go to sports camp. I told him, I said, son, you're being anti-Semitic. Of course Jews go to sports camp. The only difference is we go to learn how to own the team. We don't actually ever schwitz. We learn to do lunch, you know what I'm saying? That's what we do. Why would I schwitz when I can make more money doing lunch? It doesn't make sense. But I think it's okay to hate people on an individual level, maybe. I mean, like, how many of us hate our mother-in-laws? Raise your hand. You hate your mother-in-law. I am so fortunate. My mother-in-law is the most amazing person, so sweet. It's my wife's mother-in-law. I have a lot of issues with her. I'll wait for this group to get that one over here. I don't think they're... Got it? No, you didn't get it. You'll get it later. My wife's mother-in-law makes me so nervous that sometimes I have to go home wearing scrubs just so my racist dog will think I'm a doctor. Yeah, that's where I am in life. But when I say I hate people individually, you know, we're just human beings. Like, for instance, I know this guy over there, AJ. AJ, stand up. He's a good guy, friend of mine right there. AJ, yeah, he's awesome. Now, AJ is tall, he is good looking, he's a professional, he's wealthy, he's well liked. And that's why I hate his guts. Yeah, he makes me nauseous, kind of like I'm going to have a colonoscopy the next day, you know what I'm saying? I look at him and I want to heave. I say to myself, AJ, I am jealous of you. And you might say, well, you're a rabbi. I say, oh, you know what, I'm not really that good of a rabbi. I hate him. I hate him so much, I pray that for the rest of his life, he's going to be sitting in the corner of his room, staring at the wall, knowing that he has no hope or love of a woman, and that all the happiness is going to be sucked out like the Dementors in Harry Potter. Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say. Now, AJ, have a good show, by the way. But just because I hate him for good reason doesn't mean I hate everything about him. He's dating this wonderful woman named Sherry, and she is beautiful and smart, and just, so I say, good job. You know, I guess he met her. Yeah, he met her at a time when she was really depressed and she had no hope and no confidence in herself, and she was just going to date anybody, and it didn't really matter. And so she ended up with him. So, but you know what? Good job for doing that. You're the one. Yeah, I know. So, you know, don't worry, AJ can survive this. But I want you to know. I'm so happy though. I have 2 kids. We're thinking about having. You know, I have an amazing wife. The other day, I accidentally said I robbed the grave because I'm a lot older than her. And she said, no, honey, you robbed the cradle. I robbed the grave. That's my wife right there. So I want you to know we're thinking about having a 3rd kid, still deciding on the name. And in Judaism, you have to understand, you can't name someone after someone living. It's kind of like you suck out their soul. It's the worst insult you can do. You would never do it. It's like jinxing someone for life. And just recently, my wife and I decided on the name of our child, whether it's a girl or boy. We're going to call him or her AJ. Thank you, guys.